Hi, welcome back to The Missing. I'm Ariane. Thanks for showing up today to go over another case. If you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe, like, and the notifications so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a video. This channel is dedicated to helping missing people come home, helping families find their missing loved ones, and hopefully we can pull together and help people bring home their loved ones that are missing and have a hand in reuniting some of these families. My uncle went missing in 2001, and my journey to finding him has led me here in hopes of not only finding him, but helping others find theirs as well. If you notice that we've got a visitor today, this is my little personal hairdresser, makeup artist. So that's what's going on there. So we've got a whole shitstorm of stuff to talk about today, excuse my language, but we're going to go over our case number 4, which is going to be the missing person case of mother and daughter Liliana and Daniela Moreno. But before we talk about them, we're going to talk about Harmony Montgomery, the little girl that was just recently reported missing but hasn't been seen since 2019. What in the fuckity fuck? How does a little kid go missing and not get reported? But anyway, little Miss Harmony would be 7 years old now. She went missing in 2019. I think the last time anybody really communicated with her or saw her would be April of 2019. She's blonde hair, blue eye. They did say she is blind, and I believe it was her right eye, and she does need glasses. They're estimating that she would be about 4 feet tall and about 50 pounds right now, because she would be about 7. She was 5 when she went missing. So this whole nonsense, disturbing story goes like this. Apparently, this baby, her parents struggled with substance abuse. So at some point in her young life, Child Protective Services had been involved and had given custody to her father. According to the mother, they had both suffered from substance abuse, and she was in communication with her daughter, and they had given custody to the dad. So she was living with her father at the time of her disappearance. The mother said, had been trying to locate them, trying to communicate with her daughter, and I guess was unsuccessful, obviously, for quite a long time. And so she finally called police and was like, look, I haven't talked to my daughter since April of 2019, I believe is what it said. And was like, okay, this is obviously not normal. Something is going on. So police start doing their thing, right? They're like, okay, well, let's take a look here. Let's look into it. They discover that her father has had a little bit of a violent past. I read where there was at one point he had shot somebody in a drug deal that had gone wrong, and I don't know. I mean, to each their own. Everybody has their issues and gets past them, and at this point he's now remarried and had in 2019 apparently had an infant son. When the police locate him and start talking to family members, one family member says, well, I was concerned because I had heard through other family members that back in 2019, a few months after Child Protective Services had given Harmony to him, given him custody, he had given her a black eye. He tells police when they get a hold of him, they obviously search his home and stuff. He talks to police. He tells police that, that I believe the way it was worded is that he had smashed her around the house. He had said that he had left her to watch her infant brother at one point. The day that he smashes her around the house, because, that's normal. Let's smash a child around the house, right? Okay. So he leaves her, who's 5, to watch her infant brother while he goes to the bathroom. Apparently, smashing her around the house is punishment because when he gets out of the bathroom, the baby had started crying, and she's 5. She obviously no experience babysitting, and so she had used her hands to cover the baby's mouth to quiet him down, which, okay, yes, is dangerous and not good. And something like this happens if you have kids. I'm sure you on every normal basis, you would have a conversation with your child. Like, we don't put our hands over the baby's face. That's not how we quiet them down, whatever. Her father decides that's not the appropriate steps to take. The right steps to take are, let's smash her around the house, give her a black eye. He said he made her stand in the corner for hours and scrub the toilet with her toothbrush. That's absolutely normal. I mean, yeah, let's make a kid scrub a toilet with a toothbrush. Okay. But just because he does these things doesn't necessarily mean that he has harmed her, although it really doesn't look good for him because now he has been arrested, right? And he's being charged with a buffet of charges pertaining to endangering a child and all of this stuff. So how is it, do we say, his current wife, doesn't say something, doesn't report the little girl missing, doesn't do something? Well, let me tell you, police talked to her. I'm sure they're wondering the same thing. Like, why did you not say or tell anybody that Harmony was missing? Well, she tells them that around November or December of 2019, that she had gotten ready for work and was headed out the door to work. And he tells her, oh, by the way, I'm going to be driving Harmony back to her mom today. So when she comes home from work and the little girl's not there, she doesn't think anything of it. I probably wouldn't either. If my husband said, hey, I'm taking so-and-so over here and then I'll be back, you're going to be like, oh, okay, not a big deal. So for her, she didn't even know that the little girl was missing. Police go to the little girl's school and they're like, well, yeah, she hasn't been enrolled in school since 2019. The mom is like, he never brought her to me. That once she got clean and sober, that she had tried unsuccessfully several times, I guess, to like track them down. And the last time she spoke to her daughter in April of 2019 was through a FaceTime. And since then, she hadn't been able to have any communication with her since. So this is a whole mess of what the hell. And this poor baby is still missing. If you have any information about her whereabouts, let me see if I'm, sorry guys, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, let me just check something here. As you see my big old eye in your, no, okay, I was mistaken. I was thinking of the other case. But if you have any information on her whereabouts, please, you can email lovedonesmissing@gmail.com. We'll pass it on for you. Or this is big in the media right now. So, numbers are all across screens. If you see her, please notify somebody. She's been missing for 2 years now. And she's just a baby, and she needs to be brought home. And unfortunately, I think the sad reality of a lot of these missing persons cases is that we may not get our loved ones back alive. I know that that's a big reality with my uncle, is that there's probably a good possibility that he's no longer alive. I know that. I struggle with that. It doesn't mean that I don't want to bring him home any less. He still deserves to come home to be put to rest with his family. And so I'm going to pray like crazy that this baby is still alive somewhere. But that if she's not, I hope that she's brought home so that she can be with her family like she deserves to, with her mom. And everybody else, her uncles and grandparents, whoever else are out there that, miss her and love her and would like to see her. So that's poor little Miss Harmony's story, as much as we know right now, because it is still new and it's still breaking. So I'm sure that within the next few days, or even you may know more details about it if you've been following it in the news. And I would love to hear your guys' thoughts or any information that you guys are privy to that I didn't see or missed. I don't know. Today's cases really pissed me off, to be quite honest. I think I don't know. It's just a whole train wreck of crap. But take a good look at her picture. And like I said, if you have any information, you can always email lovedonesmissing@gmail.com. We'll pass on any information that you have as to where little Harmony's whereabouts are. Now, let's get into the next shitstorm, shall we? Okay, so the next case that we're going to be discussing, case number 4, is a mother and daughter who went missing together. Daniela and Liliana Moreno. Liliana would be the mom. Daniela would be the little girl. They went missing on May 30th of 2016. This is the last time they were seen. They are both described as light-skinned Hispanic with brown hair and brown eyes. These poor babies. So they go, the last time anybody hears from them, sees them, is May 30th. Okay, fine. After not hearing from them for a couple of days, Liliana, who's the mom, her sister calls the police because she's like, wait a minute. My sister does not go this long without talking to me or to somebody. So she calls the police, and of course they do their thing. They head to their home, as they do with any missing person. So they go to the home, and they're obviously looking for this mother and daughter. Maybe they're sick. Maybe they just maybe they're lost their phone. Maybe, who knows? Things happen. So they go to the apartment where they're living, and they are living in Florida. And so they go to their apartment, and they discover that Liliana's purse, her wallet, her car, everything's at her apartment. There's no Liliana and no Daniela, but all her stuff is there. So that's like, okay, that's a little off. I mean, typically when you leave the house, you take your purse, you take your stuff. And even if you leave your purse, you take your wallet if you're going to go shopping or something. So that's their first stop. First stop is the house. They're not there. Stuff is there. Okay. Then they, touch base with Daniela's school and discover that she hadn't been in school since the Thursday before she went missing. Now, it is in the records that I read, it said that Liliana's sister reported her missing on a Tuesday, which was 2 days since she had spoken to her. But they were last seen on that Monday, Memorial Day of May 30th, 2016. So I'm guessing that the sisters hadn't communicated since the Sunday, and when she hadn't heard from her by Tuesday, that's when she called the police. But the little girl had not been in school since the Thursday even before that. So I don't know. It doesn't say, I don't know, maybe the little girl's sick, or anyway, they were home and she hadn't gone to school since that Thursday. Maybe they had plans. I don't know. It doesn't say. So, okay, you have an apartment where all of their belongings are, and no sign of them. You have a school that hasn't seen the little girl since the Thursday before she was supposedly last seen. So then, of course, they're going to start digging. They're going to start looking. Who do they know? Who would want to harm them? All the typical questions that they ask. And they discover that Daniela, the little girl's dad, is still alive. So they start looking for him, right? And they would find him that Friday. So they're supposedly last seen on that Monday. Sister reports them missing. On Tuesday, they find the baby daddy on Friday. They find the baby daddy at a Home Depot in Miami with knife wounds where he was distraught, he was really upset, freaked out, and had cut himself. Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, I guess that's normal. Well, it would come out that he hadn't just had a bad lunch from McDonald's that day. He tells police that he had in fact dropped Liliana and Daniela off at that Home Depot where he was found on that Monday. That he had dropped them off and he never saw them again. But he didn't bother to report them missing. And he didn't know what happened to them. He just dropped them off. And just never saw them again. They just went to Home Depot and never came out. Then he would tell the police that, well, he and Liliana had gotten in a pretty heated argument, and that's why he dropped her off, and then he never saw her again. But that he did not do anything to them. He did not hurt them in any way. He does not know where they are. Nothing. They got in an argument, and she wanted out of the car, or whatever story he gave, and he dropped them off. Now, it does say that he has given several conflicting stories. So, but it did not list like what all those stories were. It did say that, they did mention the argument story, and then the one where he said he had just dropped them off. But it didn't list any of the other ones. Now, it does say that Liliana and Daniela's family do believe that he knows exactly what happened to them, and he knows where they are. He is a person of interest in the case, and the FBI has issued a reward if you have any information as to their whereabouts. But at this time, no arrests have been made. They have not found them. Now, they have searched with all these things going on. They have searched. It said they searched a pond behind the Home Depot. There was a warehouse that was searched. Obviously, they've searched their apartment. They searched dumpsters, streets, everything. It was very specific, saying they had searched like everywhere in this area by the Home Depot and stuff, looking for the two of them, but they did not find any trace of either one of them. I hate to say that, but it did say that they are concerned that foul play has played a role in this. But at this time, obviously, there's no bodies that have been found, so they are still missing, which is why I'm featuring them in hopes that maybe they will be found alive. Maybe he does know where they are, or I hope not, but if they are no longer alive, at least, like I said, maybe they can be brought home to their family, and then they can get be laid to rest the way they deserve to be laid to rest. This case makes me so sad because, there's this mom and this baby, and to me, I mean, I'm no detective and that's not my profession, and I don't know anything about investigating, but to me, it seems like if all their stuff was at the house and they didn't take any of it, to me, it sounds like whatever happened at their, it started at their apartment. That's what it seems like to me. I mean, like I said, I'm not an investigator and I don't know. And maybe they did agree to go with him, but it just seems like if you were going to go somewhere with someone, especially, it did specifically state that they were exes. So it wasn't like they were still together, that she would have been like, oh, okay, we're going to run to the store real quick. Well, I'll just leave my purse. Because I know if my husband and I run somewhere real quick, I'll say, do I need to take my purse? And he'll say, I have my phone, and we go. In this case, it did state that they were exes. So it seems to me like she would have probably taken her purse and stuff. And if she was going to go shopping at Home Depot, she probably needed her wallet to pay for whatever she was going to be buying at Home Depot. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but typically, you got to have money if you're going to the Home Depot to pay for your stuff. So I just think that his story sounds a little fishy to me. I think that, he definitely probably does know something. And if he didn't do something to them, maybe he knows who did, or knows where they are, if they're alive, or what's going on. But that is the sad situation with Liliana and Daniela Moreno from Florida, who went missing on May 30th of 2016. If you have any idea or any information on their whereabouts, please contact the numbers on their missing persons flyers. Please email lovedonesmissing@gmail.com. We'll pass on any information that we have. At the end of this video, as I always do, I will be showing the pictures of them, so you can take a look at all three of the people that we discussed today, and make sure that maybe you haven't seen them, or make sure maybe you have, and you can give some information and help their family members bring them home and, see them again. I should say that I forgot to mention earlier that little Harmony was missing from New Hampshire. Liliana and Daniela are missing from Florida. So if you live in those states, keep an extra eye out just in case they're still in those states. If you have any information, please don't hesitate to reach out to somebody and give them that information. If you have a missing loved one and you would like them to be featured and get their picture out, get their information out, please email any of their case information and their pictures to lovedonesmissing@gmail.com, and I will definitely feature them. And once again, I hope you have a blessed day and Happy New Year. I forgot to say that. So Happy New Year.